Welcome to the weekend romance from Born Without Boundaries. Hi, everybody. So this is your weekend romance predictions for singles and couples for October 5th and 6th, 2019. Of course, anytime you get this, anytime you stumble upon this video is the time that you're supposed to see it. So this first reading is a general reading for all signs for the romantic energies floating around this weekend. But over on Vimeo, and the link is down below, I break that down per zodiac sign and do zodiac sign specific predictions. And that's all one video. So you get all 12 zodiac signs in one video, which means you can, snoop onto somebody else that you might be interested in. But as if you so choose. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries. My name is Michelle. If you're first finding me, this is my channel. I do ask you to please click subscribe to help the channel grow and ring that bell so you know when I upload content and when I go live. If you are on a platform that allows for commercial breaks, expect one in a couple of seconds. And I want to say preemptively, thank you so much for sitting through the commercial break and waiting to hear the message on the other side, because it helps the channel in ways that I can't even express. So thank you so much, and I will be right back. So thank you so much for sitting either through that awkward pause or through the commercial. Let's get into this weekend romance. Weekend romance. It kind of has come upon me that maybe I'm using the wrong cards for a weekend romance. I like to do the daily tarot, but at the same time, I was like, maybe I should explore some moon signs. Maybe I should explore. I don't know. What do you want? What do you think, guys? I definitely want to use my moon cards, but I'm not able to really let go of the tarot yet. So let me see. I know. Listen, I know. How crazy this is. Anyway, let's do this, guys. Let's think about it. I want to see daily energies for romance on October 5th and 6th. Well, first of all, shit be poppin', because it just flew out all over the place. Sorry about that. Wow. All right, let's get into this. Victory. Dun, 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 dun. Is anybody out there looking for success in romance? Because this is the weekend to have it. This is like sword from the stone, pulling it out or putting it in. This is some pretty intense energy out there. Let's keep going. All right. So in other words, this is a situation that we've been working long and hard on. Yeah, dude. Ooh, people are talking about people. Listen, if you aren't aware of this situation happening, then other people are aware. Other people have seen you, know you, understand that the two of you are getting together. You can't really hide it, but this is definitely also communication. Communication, somebody's watching you, somebody's keeping their eye on you. Breakthroughs are happening. Maybe you're dealing with a Cancerian. Ooh, this is movement where you thought there wasn't movement. I bet a lot of people have been single out there for a while. Moon card, in other words, something that you tried to keep on the DL is now brought to light. Something that you tried to pretend wasn't happening, or something that you maybe even repressed inside of yourself. You didn't want to admit it, but now it's finally revealed. Damn. Now, this is the central card. Central card of the reading is the death card. You know what that means? You're getting a new chance. You get a new chance at romance tonight. This is, it's my last dance. Last chance. Dude, why is that in my head? Because this is rebirth. This is regeneration. This is a new life. The butterfly effect. Where once you were just a squirmy little wormy caterpillar, which can be cute, it's now you've blossomed into this beautiful butterfly. But this is definitely a new chance, a next chance, a reinvigoration of who you are as somebody that is a romantic partner, maybe reinvigoration of your love life. But let me tell you this right now. Shit is popping off. The cards speak to me in lots of different ways. When they come flying out like that, Like there's like, you need to know this. Hello, you need to know this. There's an opportunity in romance coming straight at you this weekend. And I'm going to say this right out. You are going to be blindsided by this. Like, knocked on your ass. Like, that's like, where the fuck did this come from? Like, you are not going to expect this. But I bet you, if you asked around, if you ask your friends, or just if you ask, you know, people in general, maybe other people sitting at the restaurant with you, they will see it immediately. They will see that there's a connection. And maybe you're a little bit disconnected from where connections are, probably because you've waited a long time for this. The Death card indicates to me that there has been long periods of time just buried underground, spending too much time alone. You could also be dealing with Scorpio. I know everybody is always all over Scorpios, man. They really are. And listen, that's why Scorpios in particular have to be very, 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 very careful about who they choose to let into their life and why they're choosing to let them in. Deep emotional connections are very, very important, but sometimes we get tantalized by those things. But this is a general reading, right? So what this means is our ability to be loved has been hanging out in the underworld. It's like literally this reading is for somebody who's been kept in the dark for a long time. It's like it's like reverse Persephone, if you will. It's like, you know, Persephone, even the story about Persephone is now in the underworld, right? That's why fall and winter are happening. Hades has taken, you better stop. Whoa, wait, stop. Hades has come and gotten his Persephone. Hades has just reunited with spring. These are opposites attracting. Hades finally finding what makes his world bright. This is love coming into contact. Like you've grabbed this person. This is love, underworld style. I also think it has to do with somebody who's been sort of kept in the dark for a long time. Like Hades, alone and cold and really not having anybody that wants to be around him. And yes, if you know the story, I get it. It is called the rape of Persephone. No, I am not encouraging rape of any sort. What I am saying is you have finally found somebody that inspires you. I finally found someone. You don't know, like this is maybe not even you leaving the underworld so much as you finally realizing what matters to you and who invigorates you and that person coming into your life. Ooh, so Strength card comes out. Bada bing, bada boom. You could be dealing with a Leo. You could be, because I always think of Leo, but the Strength card isn't a Leo card, the Sun card is. But I always think of Leo because of the prominent lion. But you know what is even better? This is taming the beast. This is the Persephone. This is the goddess of springtime, taming the beast that is Hades. This is some high-end, hot, intense. You tamed him. You tamed the beast. You tamed the god of the underworld. This is the god of the underworld meeting that beautiful woman, that springtime, who actually tames him. Ooh. Now, please do not get hung up on pronouns. A pronoun is just a pronoun, subject or predicate. It doesn't fucking matter. Him, her, you switch back and forth, whatever you like. This is victory and this is success. This is your Camelot dreams. This is finally cutting through shit and discovering this person has finally come through. It's secretive. It's hidden. It's almost like you have been keeping your need to be loved secret for a long time. This is somebody who spent a while being single, a while being alone. And you know what? They've had a lot of victory and success in their life. They've gone a long way with their life. But the bottom line is they've been lonely too long. Oh, there's going to be a lot of people who are not happy that the two of you are getting together. Oh, there are going to be a lot of haters being like, fuck that, talking bad shit, maybe about both of you. I'm not talking about, please don't think I'm talking about if somebody is married. Like, I don't get into that shit and I don't encourage that shit. If you are all hung up on somebody who has been having an affair with you, I mean, I would turn around and like get yourself into check a little bit, because this is not the message for you. This is not all of a sudden they're figuring out that they want to leave their family and come to you. No, I think what that means for you is that you finally make a decision that you're going to come out of the closet, that you're sick of being kept in the underworld, you're sick of being hidden, and maybe you just actually decide to love out loud or be with somebody who can love you out loud. This isn't the turnaround of they finally left their wife for me, they finally left their husband for me. I don't like that mentality. To me, that's very low vibrational. This would be you blossoming and realizing they're not the one for me. I need to be loved out loud and on the surface and completely. This isn't something that I want to pretend. I want a person who just wants me. Like that's would be the development and the movement for you this weekend. Yup. Something is exposed. It could have been that there was a third-party situation where they were seeing somebody else, dating somebody else, and all of a sudden it's like it was exposed that they were with somebody else. Ooh. And then honestly, to be honest with you, it wouldn't be either one of these people that they chose. It wouldn't be the person that they were originally with, or it wouldn't be the person they were cheating on the person with. It would literally be just like throwing off all that, because clearly if you needed both, neither of them completely fulfilled you. This would be finding that soulmate, finding that person that inspires you to the point where you can be the better part of yourself. There you go. I know people don't want to be hearing all that shit. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries. I'm bold and I'm bitching. There's no other way for me to be. You don't want to hear the truth? You can. This is not the channel for you. This is not the channel. If you don't want to hear blunt truth, this is not the channel for you. Out in the cold. Yeah, let me tell you something. People are going to be very unhappy about this connection. Lots of competition. But this is what I'm saying. This is a mentality of, you have to give up everything. In other words, you have to sort of bankrupt yourself in love for this kind of love. You have to start over with completely nothing. You know, whatever you're clinging to, whatever you're holding on to right now, you have to let it go. Let it go in every capacity. If you're in a third-party situation, let go of all of those parties. This is complete renewal. This is a complete rebirth. This is a hard restart in love. That's what's happening this week, is people are waking up and realizing they need a hard restart in love. That there's something about themselves that they need to work on. There's something about themselves that they need to fix. They need to get that underway. Yeah, right here. This is very emotional reading. Why? Because I have all three water signs present in Major Arcana. First, that was going to shock me because it was almost in order, but let's go back. First, I got the Chariot, then I got the Moon, and then I got Death. That's Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Bam! Right in the middle of the reading. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Strength in emotions, strength in your emotions, strength in your ability to handle your emotions. You can't handle the truth. If you can't handle the truth, you need to log off of Born Without Boundaries right now. Just peace out. Peace out. Oh, there you go. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio right there in the middle of the reading. That is telling me that this is very intuitive connection with somebody. That is telling me that water signs, especially, you're going to be activating this weekend, because I know the lovey-dovey weekend of last weekend and the new moon was not it for you. It really wasn't. So for water signs specifically, you can see things start to pick up and start to turn around, but not without payment. Wait, all magic costs a price. And the payment is going to be, you're going to have to slip through some major shit this weekend especially. In other words, your own shit. Like getting real with who you are and basically admitting to yourself the hard stuff. Like if you're that person who has spent too long being alone, admit the fact that you're lonely. Admit the fact that you really want somebody in your life. Not because you can't handle your own shit, but because, gee, wouldn't it be nice to share? Admit that all of that loneliness has just been a chosen. First of all, you could have chosen it in order to focus yourself, in order to help cleanse yourself and cleanse out your life. And for that, I'm just going to say right now, you are my people. God bless you. And honestly, the blessings that is being sent to you because you took that time to heal yourself, if you took that time to heal yourself, Not if you took that time to hide. If you took that time to heal yourself, however, to work through your own stuff, maybe go through counseling, maybe get therapy or start just sort of meditation, spirituality, connecting yourself with routine, work, to cleanse yourself out and give yourself that period of just like getting everything purged in order to start over. Well then, hello, that's awesome. And you're going to, because this is Libra season, this is a season of karma, you're now going to be able to see those benefits coming out on the other side of that, of really accepting who you are, loving yourself, feeling comfortable in your own skin. I felt like you had to have the strength to address a lot of conflict and confusion that had happened in your life. And you literally had to start over with nothing. And you had to be okay with that. You had to be okay with being like, I feel the snow beneath my feet. Look at this poor woman. Her feet are bare and she's out in the snow. I suffered illness. I suffered sickness. I suffered suffering. And that's okay because it taught me. It purified me. It sort of brought me back to the way that death does. It cleansed me out. It cleans me out. And it gave me that time to be able to start over. And let me tell you, this weekend romance is off the hook in terms of victory and success and an opportunity coming out of the underworld. Something that has been subverted and hidden, maybe it was by the gods. In fact, with all these aces, and especially the major arcana here, I feel like it was sort of subverted for your own sake by the powers that be, in order for you to have the time to repair and prepare yourself and get ready and get to the point where you could actually be loved instead of doing these half-ass loves, settling for less, settling for somebody else's partner, settling for people who didn't love you or treat you right. Oh my God, how much pain and suffering have we been through? And then we sort of got introduced to not that self-induced pain and suffering, but real pain and suffering, where somebody that we loved was at risk, where our health was at risk. And that's when we realized all this romance shit that we've been burdening our mind with is just a bunch of crap because we're bored primarily. And we don't want to find something better to do with our shit. That's people who are caught up in soap operas and romance novels are overall bored as fuck and just don't want to get out there and write their own book or write their own life. I'm gonna say it right there. That's just the truth. You're finding entertainment in other people because you haven't been committed to actually forging your own life. And that's the truth. But this reading is for people who realized it, woke up, and focused on their life. And maybe it was because what happened to them was divine intervention. A lot of us had a tower moment in May, June, right? That was divine intervention of, you keep causing all this chaos in your own life. Well, I'm going to show you what real chaos is. And that spirit sort of saying to us, okay, you're all kinds of crazy, you're all kinds of scared, you're all kinds of worked up with stalking people and looking on their Facebook page and yada. What about when you have to go get surgery, right? What about when you broke a leg and you didn't expect to? What about when all of a sudden you might get a cancer diagnosis? All of a sudden, that cleanses you and it makes you realize, what kind of stupid shit have I been occupying my mind with? Like, how much energy have I wasted on this crap? And now I'm facing a real issue. And those real issues that you face help you. They help set you up for success. It was nothing that you couldn't handle. It was nothing that you couldn't get through. And I've said this time and time again. The aces to me represent real triumph because they come after the 10. They come at the end of. They come as the symbol for the new beginning because you've gone through all the shit, you've experienced all the shit, and then this is a reward. In other words, aces are rewards for work that you've done, for trials that you've lived through. I was watching Ever After. I want to share this with you guys. I was watching Ever After last night. It is one of my favorite movies ever, like of all movies. Forget about romantic comedies. Yes, in my book, I think it even usurps Pretty Woman as the best romantic comedy ever made. It is a twist on the Cinderella story. It stars Drew Barrymore and Angelica Houston. If you've never seen it, It came out in 1998. Go get it. Go rent it. Just breathe. If you've ever heard that expression, just breathe, it comes from, I'm sure many people said it before, but it was really made popular about 20 some odd years ago when the movie came out by that moment where Drew Barrymore is just trying to calm herself down because she's going to the ball. She's a Cinderella character. But she's not there to meet her prince. She's there to actually be herself to her prince for the first time ever. Because up until now, her prince doesn't really even know her real name. You know what I'm saying? And she goes to this ball to show him who she really is. And holy crap, it ends up being the worst moment of her life. This beautiful pageantry all around her. All the makeup is in place. Hair is on fleek. Everything is perfect. And she literally gets ruined. Not only in front of, she didn't care what society. She gets ruined by her family, her evil stepmother, and one could metaphorically attach this to karmic cycles and karmic patterns coming back up to really destroy you and destroy any kind of love that you've ever tried to have. But most importantly, it destroys her that she's destroyed him by hurting him because she's had to lie to him. There's all these different reasons why she had to lie. Most of which was that she didn't expect anything to come of their relationship, right? She didn't expect anything to happen with a prince. It wasn't something that she was looking for. But at the end of the day, at the end of this moment of just breathe, like keep that breathing going in your lungs. Just keep the faith. Sometimes all we're left with is the heart that's beating in our chest and the breath that's coming in and out of our lungs. And if you are finding yourself in a difficult time, lie on the floor, back against the floor, put your hand on your heart, one hand on your heart and another hand on your stomach, and just feel your heartbeat and your breath working without you even having to think about it. And then you'll realize that somewhere, somehow, something, even if it's just biology, has got you. There are things that you can rely on to take care of themselves without you having to work hard or be hurt for it. Just coming in and out of your lungs and focus on that breath and focus on that heartbeat. And that will always bring you back to a place of calm and newness and freshness. When you were a baby and the only thing you could hear was the sound of your mother's heartbeat as you were in the womb or your heartbeat in your chest. There was such simple things that you could focus on then. Bring yourself back to that time, getting yourself rejuvenated and reinvigorated. But this weekend in particular, all of that work has been done. This message is for the people who have literally set upon conquest through a lot of hardship. And there is some energy here that is finally pushing forward, something that has been trying to break through to you, something that has been hidden. For one reason or another, it may not have even been intentional. You know what I'm saying? This may not be humans deciding to hide stuff from each other. This is just something that has been hidden, is now coming to the surface and being brought to life. This is the underworld rising. You understand? This is what was beautiful and kept secret. Because remember, and I love this, I read this somewhere, the underworld isn't just a place of death. The underworld is a place of gemstones and jewels and gold. It's got hidden bounty that you almost have to have faith. Like, who would even go under there? But have you ever seen those like crystal caves? If I could find one, I'll attach it above right now. Those crystal caves are just, who would have even thought? But this is that beauty that's been hidden, that's finally coming to light. And this is all because you loved me. Because you loved me. Somebody's love is bringing the best of you to the surface. Somebody's faith in you is bringing the best of you to the surface. This is Persephone, and this is Persephone in Hades, 100%. This is Persephone in Hades this weekend. This finding that person that is maybe your diametric opposite, that has literally become everything that you need. Sort of that counterbalance to everything you think you want. You don't know what the fuck you want. And you're going to realize that this week. You're going to realize it. You're going to realize that who you defined as your Prince Charming, you don't even know what Prince Charming is. because this person that's coming towards you this weekend, this energy that's being cleared out is so beyond, like, it, in other words, it knows you better than you know yourself. And I really do feel like you're going to have to go through hell to be with this person. How beautiful is this? You have the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, 5-5. Big old change. Somebody who has had a lot of competition and a lot of people stopping them and a lot of hardship and a lot of suffering, maybe even with finances in particular, but I don't think that's what it is in particular. I think it's overall, you've built up yourself. You've learned how to battle. You've learned how to, I will show you the cards. This person is literally facing down all their hardships and they're prepared for it. And then what happens at the end? King of Cups. King of Cups comes in with a healthy offer. King of Cups is as a reader, my emotional stability card. Something that in other words, you really understanding your self-worth and looking for those people, for that, basically being able to discern a good person now. Finally, a good person. Yeah. I honestly feel like for some of you, I'm getting this feeling that I need to share with you. There is going to be this big explosion this week. Like something, maybe you were cheating on somebody, it comes out, and then all of a sudden, your person breaks up with you. But the person that you cheated on them with was honestly, why were you cheating? You were cheating because you really subvertedly, you wanted to get out of your life. But you didn't want to be the one with the water sign energy, as prominent as it is on this reading. This is all very passive aggressive energy. So 10-1, you were in a long-term relationship that you did not want to be a part of. You wanted to leave, but like most water signs, we can't leave. We can't leave because we don't want to hurt your feelings. We want you to decide that you deserve better. And so you leave us so that we don't have to make the hard choice of the breakup. And that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm a Cancerian. I'm double Cancerian. I'm Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Jupiter. Hello. And my midhaven is Cancer. Believe me, I live this every day of my life. I'm not pointing fingers. If I am, I'm pointing it right there. You know what I'm saying? I know this so well. This is literally not wanting to take, like basically acting out so that you can actually purge. And I hate to tell this to you, if you are the person that they were cheating on you, on their spouse or husband or boyfriend, girlfriend with, you were just a tool that they were using to try to send that other person away. You weren't the one either. I'm gonna let you know right now, because what I see on the table is somebody who has finally come to terms with how they behave and that their behavior is ridiculous. And this could be the weekend of everything explodes. The partner finds out about the person you've been cheating on them with, or, like all of that shit. And all of a sudden everything clashes and you get like, you look bad in front of your friends, in front of your family, because you'd even do something like this and you disappoint everybody. And this is just the total explosion and collapse that needs to happen in order for you to face who you are, own who you are, suffer the way you've been trying to avoid suffering, in order to come out on the other side fully, completely knowing yourself, having taken responsibility for yourself, having taken responsibility for your behavior and your actions, and finally coming out emotionally mature enough to really distinguish a pure, healthy, clean love. Now, this reading is going to be beautiful for those people who are here already, who have done the work and seen themselves through the pain and taken themselves through the hardship and faced who they are and how they're part of this problem. For some of you, this is just a kickoff. This is when, holy shit, like the husband finds out about the affair and the person in the affair was like, well, then you're going to be with me. And you're like, no, I don't even really want to be with you. I was just trying to make myself happy while I was in an unhealthy situation. And now everything is going to be like, and your parents are going to find out. They're going to be like, how could you do this? You have children. And not to say that this is your scenario, but to say that the shit is going to, some of you this weekend, romantically, the shit is going to hit the fucking fan. People are going to hold you accountable. People are going to realize what a jerk you've been. You're going to fucking be face on with the shit pile you've laid. And it is for the beautiful reason that Spirit is demanding that you clean out your life, okay? Your love wants to come in. It can't come in all this chaos and craziness, right? For others of you, this is going to be that weekend where finally you start to see, wow, I've come a long way, haven't I? I really have. You're not tempted by stupid shit. You're not tempted by drama. Remember, it's like, I got an email or I got a comment the other day about somebody who had just been diagnosed. Oh, it was on one of my lives, and we're still praying for you. We're still praying for you. Somebody had just been diagnosed with cancer. If that don't set shit into perspective, I don't know what the fuck does. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how bad do things have to get to show you just how bad things can get? And that all this craziness that you're afraid of is really only because you have the privilege of being able to waste your energy on that stupid shit. Because there are people that are dealing with real shit every single day, and they don't have time to waste about not telling people how they really feel, or cheating on somebody, or playing games with people. Like, all of that is for people who are privileged enough to not have to face real fucking issues. I'm just gonna don't come to Born Without Boundaries if you don't want the cold hard truth. All of that is for people who really have never had to look straight pain and real stress in the eye. Really, seriously. Because when you're actually faced with that real kind of suffering, it's like, how do you can't waste your time on it anymore. Now, tower moments happen differently for everybody. Sometimes when people lose their house, that's when they start cheating on their spouse because they need help handling the stress. They can't handle the stress. I'm talking about your real tower moment. People who have, and that's what's so beautiful about karma. Karma don't waste time on the shit that you can handle. Karma, when it wants to get you, will get you the way that it knows it's your Achilles heel. That's what it plucks. You know? It's going to get you at that point where, bam, look at your shit. And this reading predominantly this weekend is for those people who have really had to swallow crap. People who have had to find their strength in the midst of trouble and despair and hopelessness. They had to try to find hope and be their own hope and be their own faith and to continue in faith. And what that comes out with, this is a good time for me to turn around and show you the card. Beautiful. So this is a good place for me to basically walk you through the cards. This is a good time because of where we've ended up. This is maturity. You know, I know some readers say that this is somebody who doesn't talk about their feelings. For me, that's not what this energy is. So, this is my reading. I got to read it the way that I read it, right? For me, this card is emotional maturity. You don't end up the king for no reason. You don't end up the king because you're still hiding your emotions. The king doesn't hide his emotions. The king knows his emotions. And a lot of times people who want you, and Scorpio, I say this because you're the center of the reading. If you just go watch I'll attach the Scorpio video above here too. The wannabes, people who would have the fucking balls to come in your face and tell you, you don't know what you're feeling. I know what you're feeling. I know what's best for you. This is what you really need. I know what's best for you. Why? Because they want you to do things their way. And 10 to 1, if that's what you're dealing with, I'm going to straight up call you fucking out. You're probably dealing with a fire sign or an air sign. Actually, it's probably more like a fire sign. But people are like, I know what you need. I know what you feel. And what you feel is what I want you to feel. And what you feel is what I need you to feel to be with me. How do I get you to be with me? Man, fuck you. I'm straight up serious. You don't get to be king by being petty and playful and not knowing what you feel. You get to be king by having been through all of this shit and understanding exactly who you are and owning who you are. The king doesn't share his emotions with everybody, not because he's afraid of them, but because he knows how valuable they are. And I'm going to bust it down for you right here. Anybody dealing with a water sign. Don't even fucking play with us. I'm telling you. If we aren't sharing our feelings with you, it's not because we don't know them. It's not because we haven't faced them. It's because we know that you are not the one. We do not trust you. We do not feel comfortable around you for a reason. We may like to fuck you. We may like to fool around with you. But if we haven't opened up our hearts to you, it is because you do not make us feel safe. You may make us feel excited. You may make us feel aroused. You may be fun to hang out with, especially if you're dealing with a Scorpio, but Cancer and Pisces too. I'm going to tell you, this is a water sign thing. And in the flip, water signs, we owe oftentimes to make other people feel better, allow them to project all this shit on us. You're right. I'm not good with my emotions. I don't know what I feel. Bullshit. We are the masters at what we feel. We know exactly what we feel. And water signs, if you are with somebody or engaged with somebody or engaging somebody that you cannot literally feel completely stripped down in front of and completely safe with, it's because you're with the wrong person. And the King of Cups is the person who knows that. Now, this isn't just for water signs. This is general reading for everybody. But I'm telling you about real emotional maturity is when you stop undermining your own emotions and you realize, oh, the reason why it's not working out with this person is because deep down, I don't trust them. I don't feel comfortable opening up to them. And if I don't feel comfortable in the presence of somebody that I'm with, maybe I need to stop being passive fucking aggressive like a Cancerian, codependent like a Cancerian, passive aggressive like a fucking Piscean, and just plain old hard ass like a Scorpio. And maybe I have to realize and trust my emotions. The King of Cups has mastered his emotions. He trusts his emotions. The King of Cups is an energy, not a he or a she, but an energy that realizes, I can't talk to this person because I don't really feel like they'd respect my, oh my God. I don't feel like this person would really respect my opinion if I said something to them. And a lot of times water signs will let people in their life that don't respect them. Like a lot of times water signs can go years without anybody knowing who they really are because we always make everything about the other people. That's why people love us so much. They get away with that crap with us. But this is not a water sign who does that. This is a water sign who is matured emotionally enough to say, to realize, it's not me being an asshole. It's me trying to communicate with me. And the one thing that water signs have the most problems with, and you listen, you could be a Leo rising and have a Cancer moon. You know what I'm saying? This is speaking to that water sign energy in you. That energy of defaming and underappreciating your own intuition for the sake of letting everybody else be right all the time. Well, the King of Cups doesn't do that. And that's why the King of Cups gives you the side eye. That's why the King of Cups is guarded. It's not because he doesn't know what he feels. How arrogant is it for somebody to say the King of Cups doesn't know how he feels? It's a fucking king. The king is the most successful energy in the deck. The king is the most, out of every suit, the king is the most mature value in the deck. And this doesn't represent male, female, represents maturation. Right? The queen is the one with the strength enough inside of themselves to help everybody. Why? Because they've tapped into an endless supply for themselves so that they will not be emptied. And the king is the one who realizes their value. The king is the person who has come full circle through all this pain and suffering. Look at, you got a whole row. Competition, conflict, like people trying to keep you back and hold you down. Being completely and totally drained, having nothing left. And learning how to defend yourself, learning how to stick up for yourself, learning preparedness. And then you have the King of Cups, which means that emotionally you've come through the other side and realized it was not me. Well, first of all, yes, it was me. I should have shut this shit down a long time ago. If I'm not happy with the way somebody's behaving toward me, I should blatantly say that to them. But with emotions, that's not really what happens, right? Sometimes it's hard to put emotions into words. When you can tell that somebody has emotionally shut down from you, they go real quiet. They stop talking. They stop talking. And when they've stopped talking, it's a sign that they stop because they don't really even think you'll listen anyway. You like to hear yourself talk, so keep talking. We can't even really have a conversation because water signs can be very articulate with words if they're in the presence of somebody who they feel will give a shit about what they say. And that's what this journey is about. Coming into contact and being prepared to be with your true counterpart because you've learned to respect your own emotions. You have spent a lot of time alone because you know that not everybody suits you. Everybody who wants you is not what you want. I said that in the Scorpio reading the other day. You know, and this message is share the message with the world. Share that message with the world because it's not just about Scorpio energy or water energy. It's about emotional energy. Okay? That's why every water sign is present because it's about the full gamut of emotional experience that we really have to address this weekend for this weekend romance reading. And coming out the other side of that and finding your strength and maybe, just maybe, finally finding your king, your true king. Being united with that person who will make you feel comfortable, who will make you feel secure, who will make you feel protected. Seriously. Seriously. So many times people project upon us what they want without us even listening. This is not just for water signs. I talk to my Gemini viewers who have a very different mentality. I'm a Cancerian. They have a very different mentality, but theirs is one of the most prized insights that I have because they have a very different perspective on the world, right? Bottom line, it is like what talking to Geminis has made me realize is, did you really listen to somebody? Did you really communicate what you wanted with them? Or did you just superimpose all your shit onto them and demand that they agree with you? Because that shit right there isn't love. But no matter what sign we are, a lot of us do that. A lot of us do that. A lot of us even decide that we're in love because we've superimposed our emotions and our satisfaction and our pleasure on we've like pasted onto the forehead of the picture of another person. Do we even know that person? This reading is about you really know yourself. And so you're at a point where you can really know the other person. Learn about how they communicate. Learn about what really speaks to them. Have the patience to learn about what really speaks to them. Stuff that is spoken out loud and on the surface, and stuff that is unspoken. This is about being ready for a full relationship because you've come full circle and you have that wholeness and completeness inside yourself. Now, this is the general energies reading for October 5th and October 6th. I'm going to break this down zodiac sign by zodiac sign and get much more specific over on Vimeo. If you guys want to follow me over there, this is where I'm going to bust out my Moonology cards. Hot damn. Hot damn. And more of my Oracle cards. To go frame by frame, zodiac sign by zodiac sign, to see how this energy is impacting each of you this weekend. Hopefully, I'll see you over there.